this week. Let's see if we can get this old car running, driving, and stopping. I'll tell you all about it here in just a minute. It's a 1958 Cadillac 62 series with a 365 cubic inch motor that has 310 horsepower, 405 feet-pounds of torque, and it needs every bit of it because the old girl weighs about 4,700 pounds. Oh yeah, she's a wee bit hefty. Well, I guess we can try to do a walk around. It's a little crowded in here, but the old girl, she's fancy. Look at these fins on the back of this thing right here. That is just awesome. It sure is. I'm not even a Cadillac guy, but I love this car for some reason. I don't know. I just love the look of it. Let's look at it from behind here. Just look at that right there. Man, they don't have style no more. They sure don't. These cars are awesome. Sure are. Let's look on the inside real quick. It does need some work. I think it's been sitting here 5 or 6 years, and I do believe it was driven right where it sits. But just look at the dash on this car. My goodness gracious, that is awesome. It sure is. Let's pop the hood real quick and see what kind of motor we got. Man, that hood weighs 100 pounds probably. Let me get a light and show you this, because I think we may have a hot rod Cadillac. Now we can see a little bit better under here. I just want to show y'all this big old Carter AFB Competition Series. 4-bubble this thing's got on it. I really hope this thing fires up and drives, because I would like to drive it. If it does, we may take it over and give it a bath, because I'm telling you, it's got dust just all over it. Let me just get the jump pack and hook it up. I'll pour some gasolines down the old carburetor. We'll hit the key and see if it'll fire. Did someone order a jump pack? Which is which? Okay, red usually means hot, but it's negative on this car. Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, let me see if it's got a key. If not, I'll go find it. Let me get this off of here. Get my gasolines poured in there. Hit the key. Well, I miraculously found the key, but the whole thing just turns and turns and turns. What am I gonna do about this? Let me see if I can't fix this or rig it up where I can at least turn it, see if it'll start. Well, it was unplugged. Plus, it was loose in the hole. So let me remedy this situation, and then we'll see if it'll at least turn over. Well, I got it back in the hole. It won't tighten up because I think the metal's too thin for it to tighten up. I did turn it on. We had a gen light on, fuel and gauges and all that worked. Headlights worked, and then we had smoke coming out of the switch. That's not a good sign, no sir. I really want to hear this old car run though. Let me fool with this, figure out what's going on. Well, I don't know what's going on with the key. Everything seems to work except for start. So I got my little start gun here. If I can get it hooked up to this starter, we're gonna see if it'll turn over. I think that's it right there. Will she or won't she? Oh yeah. Let me go turn the key on, because I'm not sure we're getting spark. I don't want to crank on it unless I know that. Let's see if we get spark, and then I'll put some gasolines in the carb. We'll use this sparking plug right here. See if we're getting any sparky sparks or not. Oh yeah, plenty of spark. Let me get some gas. We should probably check the Earls first, if I can find the dipstick tube. That's exactly what I will do. Where is it at? I don't know. I don't see it anywhere. Interesting. Well, when I find that, I'll check it, and I'll be back, and I'll let you know if it had Earls. If it did, well, we'll try to fire it up. I don't see it anywhere. I found it. I found it. Of course, the brake master cylinder and all that's right in the dad blame way. You can't hardly get it out. What in the world? Who designed this? Well, it's black as midnight, only on one side of the dipstick. Somebody explain that to me. Let me show you real quick. Here's the good side. It looks like fresh Earl. Well, you flip her over, it's black as midnight. Somebody explain that to me. I don't understand that, but it does have plenty in it, so I think we're good. I wonder if this did not have power brakes and somebody added this brake booster and then that shoved everything in the way. I don't know. What about, oh, my head, I just hit my head on that hood. What about radiator fluids? Well, it's bone dry. That's not good. We don't need that to see if it'll start though. I done hit my head again. I'll tell you what now, I'm just getting mad. Now, if I can find the vent to this car, but I wonder if it's this right here. Let's see. Well, it's going down in there, so I guess that's where it goes. If you will recall the 69 Mustang we got running a week or two ago, I poured it in the wrong spot, sure did. A little bit to grow on. Fire in the hole. Look at there. Oh yeah, she fired right up. Not bad. Got a major lifter stick. Hopefully that'll quiet down after a minute though. Don't sit there and idle. It must be out of gas. So is the tank empty or is the lines all gummed up? Maybe the fuel pump don't even work. I don't know. Let's just put some gas in the tank. Like I said, it ain't been but 5 or 6 years. It was drove right here. Let's put some gas in it, see what it does. Well, fellas, can y'all help me find the gas tank, gas door, gas fill neck? I don't see. I thought it was this right here because it's about to come off, but that ain't it. I don't see nothing anywhere. Well, this is very interesting. Let me get on the Googles, see what I can figure out. Well, I was actually correct, I do believe, because this tail light, it does lift up, but there's no gas putter in her place. It probably goes here, but it's not there. I don't know if it don't have a gas tank or what's going on. Once again, I did forget to look in the trunk. Maybe there's something in there. Let's open it up. I'm assuming it's this key right here. Opens. Oh yeah. What do we have in here? Oh, I told y'all this thing was a hot rod. It's got a dad blame fuel cell in it. What in the world? Well, how do you open it, feller? It's bone dry as far as I can tell. Of course, you know it's full of foam. Let me put some in it. Let's see what happens. I ain't got but maybe 2 gallons. Hopefully this will be enough to see what's going to happen if I can get it in the tank. What in the world? We'll put this in there and hopefully everything's going to work. Fuel pump and all that. I can safely say I've never seen a 58 Cadillac with a fuel cell in the back. Hot rod Cadillac. That's what we got here, fellas. Here's the fill neck right here. Yep. Tell you what, let's just turn the key on since it's got an electric pump, and we'll go up there and see if it's pumping any fuels or not. I hope it does, because I really wouldn't mind driving this car, and I don't know how you operate this. I really don't. Anyway, let's see if we're pumping fuels. Let's take this fuel line off right here, and then we'll turn the key on and see what we got. Y'all watch that hose right there. Let me know if it's pumping. All right, key is on. Are we pumping anything? No, sir, we are not. Let me go back here and see if the pump is running. I'll come back here to check voltages on this pump. It might not even be hooked up. Let's see if I can find a good ground. We're not getting any voltages back here, but I'm not sure that that's even hooked up. Where does this wire go? No, sir, there's the wire to it right there. It has a mechanical pump on it, so I guess that's what they're using. Let me prime the line and we'll fire it up and see if it's gonna pump any fuel or not. Give this here fuel pump and fuel filter and fuel lines a little crank of gasolines, maybe to bring that thing back to life. All right, let's see if she'll pump. Now, how is that thing starting? I got the key turned off. The pump obviously works, because it shot fuel all over the windshield. Let me hook this line back up, and maybe it'll sit here and idle. We'll give her some help. Fire in the hole once more. Okay, it's only going to start when I'm hitting the starter trigger. Let me turn the key on. Fire in the hole for the 432nd time. Whole thing fires right up. That's pretty amazing. I'm hoping that lifter tap will go away. Main thing right now is it's going to keep running or we're pumping fuel. She got a little miss. I think she might have a dead cylinder, but I believe the fuel pump's working. Awesome. Woohoo! Let's put a little bit of radiator fluids in it because I don't want the whole thing to get hot. Then we'll fire it up, let it sit here and warm up. It sounds like it's got glass packs on it. I'll take y'all back here and let you hear it once it fires up again. Fire in the hole. Fire right up. She's smoking a wee bit. Hopefully that'll clear up after a little while, but the whole thing don't sound too bad, does it? I wonder if the exhaust originally came out of here. They got it turned down at the bumper there now. I just got a whiff of that too, and that's Earl. Yeah. She may be on the Earl burner. Let's shut this here. Do any of these gauges work? Probably not, but I don't know. Fuel, I know it don't, because it's sitting on full. Here's a temp. There's an oil light right there. I don't hear any rattling. I do hear that lifter still ticking, but we probably got oil pressure. Let's see what she sounds like. Oh yeah, it don't run too bad. Firstly, let's hit the brake pedal. See what we got. I really hope we got brakes. Well, they hung down. That's not a good sign, fellers. No. Huh, interesting. Very quickly, I'm gonna see if it'll go in gear or not. Seeing how we don't have brakes, I'm really close to a Jeep there, really close to a Jeep back there. I'd rather not smash the front or the back of this car. Let's just see real quick. That's neutral. Oh yeah. And she did leap forward, so we have no brakes. Well, that sucks. So I really wanted to drive this car. Let me see about getting, it's probably a master cylinder with the way it's acting. It may just need fluid. Let me pop the top on that real quick. Well, it's got fluid, but it's about half empty. It's not the cleanest thing I've ever seen, but it ain't real bad either. Let me pour some in. For it to be half empty, we've probably got a wheel cylinder leaking, if I had to guess. Get on there, man. Well, let me get that on there. There we go. Well, I do believe the temp gauge works. It looks like, if I can get in here and show you, it looks like it's moved up a little bit. Oh yeah, that's awesome. The ticking, tapping, lifter tappity tap has went away too, so that's awesome. Also, it ain't smoking hardly any now, so that's even more awesomer than the other two awesome things. Let me see what I can do with the brakes. Well, I fooled with the brakes for just a little bit, and I still can't get no pedal. Not real good. I want to, test them out. But when I put it in gear a minute ago, buddy, she went forward and was headed toward that Jeep. I don't want to smash this car up. Put it in reverse, we're gonna hit this Jeep. So what if we move this Jeep? Then I can go in reverse and check them out without having to worry about crashing it. I found the keys for this. I think we'll just pour some gasolines down in the carb, and it may be empty like Cadillac was. I'm out of gas, so I'll need to go to the store. But luckily, look at there. There's one right across the way there. Let me go get some gas in the jug, but let me show you this firstly. I discovered this whilst I was fiddling with the brakes. It's quite dangerous, actually, and I really hope it never happens to me, but if you accidentally got your foot up under this pedal and lifted it up, see what happened? This is the push rod for the brake, and it's locked against that pedal, so if that happens, you ain't gonna push that rod either. You're basically gonna be without brakes, and that's not a good thing to happen. No, sir. It's got a little place back here, a little ball and socket that it fits in. Yeah, I think it's like a piece of plastic that retains it. It fell here, right here it is. Yeah, and that's what happened. Anyway, that's not real good, and well, it makes me a little nervous about driving this car now, but I'm willing to risk it for y'all. You know that. Let me go get some gas, see if we can't get this thing started. Let's pull this here air cleaner off. Ow, maybe not. Dadgum. Oh, what in the devil? Well, it's gonna take me about 6 years to get this off, but when I do, ow, I'm gonna pour some gasolines down in it, see if it'll fire off. If not, we can just roll it out of the way because I think it's a manual transmission. Well, this is ridiculous right here. It really is. Phooey on that. Let's see if we can take this screw off and pick it up high enough to get some gasolines in it. Oh yeah, look at there. Where's the vent hole? And this one, I think it's right here. A little bit grown. Does this one have any brakes? Oh yeah. It'd probably help if I put a jump pack on it. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna start with a dead battery. Kids on. I got some lights and stuff. Well, let's just hit the starter and see what happens. Oh yeah. Well, something tells me it's out of gas too. Imagine that. Yeah, fuel gauge says E. Let me put a little bit in it. It's got a locking gas cap. Does this work? Oh yeah. I've seen them rust up and lock up, and you have to beat them off. Oh yeah. We'll put just a little bit in it because I don't want to waste all my gasolines. Well, we're just getting it everywhere. The top fell off or the nozzle come apart. What in the world, man? Well, let me fix this. All right, let's try this again. Maybe I won't waste it all. Let's see if that's enough to make it run. If not, we'll just let it roll out of the way. How about that? We already know it'll run. Fire in the hole. George, I think it's going to stay running. Well, it won't idle. I can't let off the gas. Well, it quit then. Let's see if it'll fire up again. I don't think the fuel pump's working, or I didn't put enough gas in it. I don't want to waste no more gas on it, so let's just roll her out of the way. Y'all look what I did not notice. Been working around. That is an evil, evil creature right there. It sure is. Well, there it sits. We might come back to that after a while and see what's going on with it. But for now, let me fire this thing back up. And I'm gonna roll it out here and let's just see how good or bad the brakes are. All right, let me fire it up. Yeah, the pedal's hard as a brick. It won't return. Let me throw it in reverse real quick and see what happens. No, sir, we ain't got no brakes. No, sir. If we do, it ain't much. No. Let me try to get it back forward. Well, she's wanting to diesel a little bit. Well, here's the deal, fellers. I did a little research, investigating, because this brake setup, the booster and all, it looks modern for this car, and it is. This is a conversion kit. They came with power brakes, but it looks a whole lot different than this. It's a conversion kit, and I was hoping maybe they would tell us what master cylinder to use. All they say is it's a more modern GM master cylinder. They don't give you a part number. This is what I want to do. Let's pull that off, because I'm pretty sure that's the issue. Usually when your pedal sticks down, it's going to be your master cylinder. Let's pull this off. Hopefully there's a part number on it. If it's not, well, let's pull it apart, clean it up, and then maybe all it needs, put it back together and see what it does. What size are you, little buddy? You're bigger than that. What about you? 9/16 it is. Are you a 9/16 also? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you sure are, buddy. Well, what has got us? Nothing. There we go. Let's tear this apart and see what we got. Let me see something here. This acts like it ain't got no fluid in it. I filled that little feller up a minute ago. Well, it's went down. That front one has went down halfway. Let me dump this out. Now that I can see a little better on the bottom of this, it's got some rust in it. Yep. Let me clean this out real good, and then we'll pull that piston out, see what it looks like. It may be shot. I don't know. Well, that's as good as I can get that for now. We'll clean that out better later. Let's pull this piston out. And let me tell you, I've been here 2 weeks tonight, and this is the first time I've needed a tool that I didn't bring. Apparently I didn't bring snap ring pliers, so I'm gonna try to use 2 picks. If this don't work, Harbor Freight's right down the road. I'll go get me a pair. I can tell you right now, I'm probably gonna have to do that, because this is, well, it's acting like it's rusted, stuck. Yep. No, look here. This might actually work. I might have to have some pliers to get them back on, but look at there. Got her off with a pick. Now let's get this piston out. It's a little rusty right here. Little fella may not want to come out. That usually pops right out because it's got a spring in it, but oh crap, Louie. There went fluid everywhere. It popped out then, sure did. It's a little nasty, yeah. Look at all that garbagery on there. But the cup looks good, both of them. I think it'll be all right. Let me clean this up. We'll put her back together and see what it does. Well, I got it cleaned up best I could, but it's pretty rough on the bottom. I took a wee bit of sandpaper, just lightly sanded it because it was sort of sticking. I think that's probably the issue. We're gonna give her the old try anyway. Let's get her put back together real quick. Yeah, there we go. Now, this is going to be difficult without snapping ring pliers. Maybe, I don't know. Let me see if I can do it with this pick, one-handed. Get on in there, buddy. Oh, come on, man. I almost had you. Oh yeah, that hurts my throat. I can't do that. I'm gonna use my underarm. How about that? Look at there, boy. Oh yeah. Let's put this back on, and fingers crossed really good that we'll have brakes after we put this on. I'm gonna leave these lines a little loose because right now I'm only gonna try to bleed the master cylinder. We may just gravity bleed it at first and see what that does. If that don't work, then I'll get my power bleeder out. All right, let me let it gravity bleed for a little bit. Hopefully, we'll see some fluid dripping. Well, I let it gravity bleed, I don't know, 15 minutes. The back one, the level dropped, but as I was moving the master cylinder, I could still see air bubbles coming up. So it ain't doing what I want it to, so I went ahead and hooked up the power bleeder. We'll just bleed it like that. Hopefully all we got to do is bleed the master cylinder. But if we have to bleed the wheel cylinder too, I will. Well, I'm not getting a thing out of this front. We're on 10 psi too. Huh. This is odd. We'll see about the back one. Yeah, I'm getting some out of the back. I don't know what's going on with the front. That's odd. Let me see what I can figure out what's going on. Well, I went in there and mashed the pedal a few times, and now we're getting fluid, so I don't know. Maybe it was airlock some kind of way. The pedal is returning now, so we might actually have brakes. Let me get all this put back together, and we'll give them a try. Well, I pulled the ignition switch off because I want to test it, see why it won't start. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be like a neutral switch, but let's test this and make sure that ain't the issue. I'm going from a battery to solenoid, which I'm assuming means starter solenoid. Do we have a beep? No? Well, it may be the switch then. Interesting. Yeah, I'm getting nothing. Well, I am too, but it's a high ohm reading. It should be 0. Yep. What shall we do? I may just hotwire it. Let's do that. Well, here's the deal, fellers. I just got back from AutoZone. I bought us an ignition switch. Fully on this old switch because, remember, it smoked when we turned it on. Liable to burn the car and the whole shop down. That wouldn't be good. No, sir. I'm going to throw this away. Fully on hot wiring it too, because if they need to move this car, well, it needs to have an ignition switch. So we'll just go ahead and put this in. I did look up a factory replacement for this. Guess how much they want for that? No, you're way off. $250 for that ignition switch. So we bought this in an AutoZone for $15.99. Let me get it installed, and we'll check the brakes out. I think we're going to have brakes good enough to drive it. Then we'll carry it over there and give it a bath. Y'all watch this right here. Oh yeah. What do you think about that? Well, since I'm in here and it started, well, it's doing the same thing now. Huh. It ain't coming back up. What in the world? Let me throw it in reverse real quick, see what it does. No, sir, it's about like it was. We still ain't got no brakes. When all else fails, look under the car. Oh yeah. It's got a lot of fluids. This right here, I believe, is antifreezes. And then over in there's some Earls. Well, then you get on back here. Let me get down here so I can show you. See all that fluids? Yeah, I'm gonna say that's brake fluid. Being up here, probably brake line, and then back there, possibly a wheel cylinder. The brake line is easy to fix. Wheel cylinder, not so much. Let me jack it up, and well, we got fluid back here too. It's probably wheel cylinder. Let me jack it back end up, get under it, and just look at it. Man, this is a long car. I ain't got but about a foot of handle left. What in the world? Cadillac Motor Car Division. Well, you look at that. What'd you just look at that? I got to rejack it because I got the jack stands under the rear end, and it needs to hang for these tires to come out. Yippity-doo-dah-day. Going down. That sucker still won't come out. All right, finally. I sort of think that all that's coming from the wheel cylinder, because you know it was parked way up here. You can see where the tire was, and I rolled her back, hit the brakes. All this is probably from the wheel cylinder. Let me get under here and look. Or a hose. It may be a hose. Well, I don't know where it's coming from, to be honest with you. Let me get an assistant out here and step on the brake pedal. All right, hang on. Do that again. All right, we got a busted line. These two fellas here are from Michigan. They come all the way down here just to help me get this Cadillac on the lift over there so I can fix that brake line. This could get hairy real quickly. Well, I sure am glad them two fellers stopped by the car lot here. Like I said, they're from Michigan, and they brought a 61 Cadillac to my brother-in-law last night. He bought it, well, he was in Florida at Barrett Jackson, but I don't know how he got a hold of the people that had it, but they were in Michigan, and these two fellers brought it down to my brother-in-law last night. I'll put a picture of it right here, and it's a pretty car. It sure is. Anyways, here is the brake line in question. It goes up an old frame and then back down. And in that bend is where there's a little pinhole. I was trying to feel up in here where all it goes, and man, you can't hardly get to it. Now it might be a pain in the hind end to fix. Let me raise it up and do a little investigating and see how far that line goes and what we need to fix it. You can't see the brake line at all from here. No, sir, sure can't. Why, GM, Cadillac, whoever made the car, why did you do this to me? I did find this Y right here, and the good line goes over here to the driver's side, and that bad one is the one we need to change out. But see this line here going all the way to the front, it's real bad too. I mean, real bad. One of the worst brake lines I've ever seen, and I've seen some bad ones. Well, let's just walk up here to the front and see. Here it is right here. That and there ain't too awful bad to get to. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm gonna attempt to put new brake lines on this car. Not today though, it's about quitting time. I'm hot, I'm tired. So I think I'm gonna go to the house and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Wait a minute. Y'all knew I wasn't gonna quit. No, sir. Rail here is the detail guy at the car lot. He just bought this 86 Buick Regal from my brother-in-law. We're gonna see if the thing will at least attempt to fire. Oh yeah. Let me pull this breather off, and I'm gonna dump a little gasolines down in it, and we'll see what it does. Don't know how long it's been sitting. 8-10 years if I had to guess. Oh, it's got a little two jet. A dual jet, I think is what it's called. It's half of a quadrajet, is what it is. All right, let me fill the bowl up. A little bit grown. Let's get this jump box hooked up to this here bantry. Maybe the old girl will at least run a couple of seconds. That'd be awesome. All right, go in there and hit the key. Fire in the hole. Look at there. Ain't bad, is it? Runs smooth too. Don't sit there and idle. Look at that.
Okay.
You can drive that thing home tonight.
Oh, yeah. Gotta put a tire there.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's been sitting there running for, I don't know, 10 minutes. Purring like a kitten, man. That's just wild how these old cars do sometimes. Anyways, I'm going home for real now. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Today's the next day, and we're still working on the old hot rod 58 Cadillac. And I've been doing a little inspecting and a lot of dreading because I really don't want to do this. You can't even see the brake lines, nope. Let me tell you about my hopes and dreams of how this goes. I'm hoping and dreaming that we can just unhook them and somehow get them out in one piece. And I'll just copy the bends and put them right back in. Now, how many of you think that's going to happen? Yeah. MLS says, oh no. Anyway, I was looking at this driver's side brake line. I don't think we're going to fool with it because it has no rust at all. It's probably been replaced because of rust. Anyway, let's get over there on yon side, see if we can get that brake line out. I think we will start with trying to get this line to break free. What size are you? You're a 70 of the 16s, and I need also probably a 5/8 to put on that hose. And I would be correct. Fingers crossed. Let's see if this little feller's gonna break free. Oh my goodness, no. Oh my goodness, no. Well, it's a good thing I got the universal wrench. You know, a lot of these hoses will be D-shaped. It's got a flat on one side and it'll lock in on your bracket here. This one does not have that. Oh yeah, there we go. And I think it broke free from the line too. Awesome. It would be nice to replace all the hoses too, but I don't think I found a parts store at all that could order them. I'd have to get them online. And well, I'm leaving here in a couple of days, so we just ain't got time. All right, let's go underneath and see how many brackets that we can't get to get this line out. Let's just see. I can't see it over here. Well, I do just barely on the top of that frame. It doesn't feel like it's bolted down with a clamp, so that's good. What about, I can see it up in there. It's got little clips it goes into. This, well, I ain't gonna say it. I was gonna say this might not be as hard as I think, but I'm not saying it. Nope. Matter of fact, let me reverse that where I never even thought it. There we go. I'll tell you what, I need to go up a little higher. Oh yeah, one notch. I made it a little better. Let's see if this feller's gonna break free with this wrench. Probably not, because it's pretty rusty. No, sir. Universal wrench to the rescue if I can get it on it. No, sir, not yet. Come on, man, just break free. I don't care if I tear the nut up, just break free. Oh man, that's too tight. Uh-oh, something happened right then. Oh, y'all look here. I'll have to have a new nut because I've destroyed that one, but hey, it broke free and that's all I care about. Oh yeah. Now comes the even funner part. Getting this little fella out of these clips. There's 1, 2. Shouldn't be all that hard, but you know how MLS is. Whew. All in the eyeballs. That was fun, real fun. There's Juan. I think that one come out too. Now, can I get it out? Where did it go? It disappeared on me. Well, interesting. Let's go back out here. I'm hoping maybe we can sneak it out this way, but something's telling me no. I think what we're going to have to do is just destroy it to get it out of the way. And then when I run the new one, I'm just going to have to do the best I can. Yep. The only thing I know to do. Ta-da! Well, I went to Auto Zone and got me some new flare nuts. I'm going to run it from this side. I think it'd be the easiest way. I want to attempt to run it like it was from the factory, but I can't guarantee nothing because this is going to be a pain any way you look at it. Yeah, sure is. I've already flared this end, by the way, but I don't know where the nut. Oh, it's way back here. Yeah. What in the world, man? Let me see if I can get this over here. You aggravating son of a gun, you. Now, where are we at? We are right here, sir. We got to finagle it down through here some kind of way. I think we'll go ahead and screw it in this Y. Then I'll go to bending it like I need to. This is that Nikop, by the way. Man, it's so much easier to bend than regular steel lines. Yep, sure is. Where are them clip-a-clips? Clip-a-clippers, where are you? Well, this may not go back exactly like it was because I can't get up there to it. Anyway, let me get this ran. I'll be back in a little while. Well, I got her ran. It ain't pretty, no sir, but you can't see it. So I don't guess it really matters. Nope. Let me get this here cut and flared, and I'll run that one to the front. We'll put fluid in it and bleed it. I'll see y'all in a little bit. I got that brake line run. I would show you, but well, there's about all you can see. Yes, sir. Working on the one going to the front now. It's got like 4 or 5 little clampages. Where are they at? Well, I ain't got them off yet. But anyway, I got them loose. But I think I'm gonna have to cut it right here in the middle. Pull it from one end and then go up top and loosen it, pull it from there. Let me get that done and I'll be back and hopefully we'll be ready to bleed them. Also, and oh, by the way, remember me telling y'all it sounded like it had glass packs on it? Well, no, sir. Got Flowmasters and they're really thin. What is that number right there? 932558. So if you need a skinny muffler, well, that's your number. Yep. I've gotten the back half of the brake lines pulled out. I was hoping this in here would come from the front. Let me get this out of the way. But anyway, when I get this out, we're gonna have a pop quiz, if you will, about this brake line. I want you to see if you can figure out what's wrong with it. It's a little scary, actually. Well, it may have to come from the bottom. Let me raise her back up. Oh, we had one more clamp down below that I missed. And here it is, the old line. It looks good up to about right here, and it goes getting really rusty. It's mashed flat right there too. What in the world? That's not the bad thing. Let me show you this real quick. Here's the end that went into the proportioning valve, and you know these are flare fittings. Brake lines are flare fittings. Never use compression fittings on brake lines. No, please don't. Anyway, they're supposed to be flare fittings. Do y'all see a flare on that? Let me get it in good light. Do you see a flare anywhere on that line? No, sir. How had that line not blown out? Why was it not leaking? That's insane. And makes me a little scared, you know, to drive some of this old stuff now because you don't know who's been working on it and what their level of knowledge of car parts and, well, brake lines are. Anyways, let me get a new line run from here to the back, and then maybe we can get some brakes on this old car. Well, I got the lines run, and I even got all the clamps on. Look at there, except for one Right up in here. I can't find the hole. I might try again here in a minute. I got to thinking we didn't check this car out underneath. Well, we did look at our little skinny mufflers. It don't look too bad though. We got some floorboard rot. That'll have to be replaced. This over here, that actually feels pretty solid. I guess that right over there is the only rotten spot. Frame looks good. It is that X-frame garbage. I hate them, man. It is hard to work on. But look how wide, see how wide my hand is? Look how wide this transmission pan is. What in the devil? It's leaking too. I may tighten them bolts up, make sure that ain't where the leak's coming from. Front brake lines, they look good. They usually are, you know, because Earl leaks and whatnot, they don't rust. And there's the top to my master cylinder I dropped a minute ago. Anyways, let's get back here and start bleeding these brakes. Will this break free or not? Ooh, that's really, really tight, fellers. I didn't think about this. No, sure didn't. Oh, there we go. Look at here. Awesome. I ain't getting no fluids yet, though. Open it up a little more. Huh. Nothing is coming out. Well, this ain't good. Let me pull that bleeder out, make sure it ain't stopped up. It's always something around here, I'll tell you what. Just nothing can ever go smoothly. Well, that is not the issue. I don't know what the issue is. Very interesting. Let me do some investigating and see why we ain't getting fluid back here, because, you know, we were, because we had a big old leak in the floor. I don't know. Are we getting any fluid to this Y? Well, according to that, no. So there's something going on up front there with the master cylinder. Let me go check it out. Well, here's the deal, fellers. I've been trying to bleed these brakes for 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe 4. I really don't know. I'm not making any headway. Well, I wasn't until a minute ago. I couldn't even get any fluid out of my brand spankingly new line. No, sir. I couldn't get nothing out. And been scratching my head, trying to figure out what's going on. Well, I got angry is what it was. And I pumped this up to about 15 psi. Normally I run it at 8 to 10. It does fine. Well, I hit 15 and I had a flood back here. I guess what it is there's something about that proportion valve that needs a little more pressure. Needs about 15 psi actually. So I finally got fluid out of here. By the way, this little Y block, it's leaking. Yep, I got a T right here to replace it with. Anyway, I started getting fluid here, got fluid up there. Nothing at any wheel cylinder, none of them. Well, you know, scratched my head some more, and I thought, well, let's pull this rubber hose off, blow through it. Well, I did, and nothing came through it first. Well, then all of a sudden, something came flying out, so it stopped up. So that wheel over there is the only one I've gotten bled in, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours probably. I'm assuming each and every one of the hoses are stopped up, so I can't get none until late tomorrow. And fellers, I'm leaving. This is Thursday. I'm leaving Saturday morning, and I want to drive this car. I want to get this video done. So instead of waiting a full day to get the hoses, I'm gonna pull each one of them off, and hopefully we can blow air through them and unstop them, and maybe we can finally get some brakes on this thing and drive it. That's all I want to do. Drive it down the road. Anyway, let me change that T out, and then I'll go to pulling the hoses out. Got my T changed out. This is the left rear hose. Let's see if anything's gonna come out, or are we done? If this doesn't come unstopped, we're done. Ain't looking good, fellers. No, sir. Let me blow it the other way, but it ain't looking good. This is sad too, because I want to drive that old car. Nope. Let me work on it. Throw some carb cleaner down it or something. I'll be back. Well, here's the deal, fellers. I took these other 3 hoses off, and we have exactly 0 operating hoses out of these 3. Nope. The only one we got is the right rear back yonder. I can get one hose from O'Reilly's tomorrow at 3:30, and I can get the rest of them from Amazon Saturday. Well, Saturday is when I'm leaving. It looks like I'm staying an extra day because I can't leave this car on the lift like this with no brakes. And I'm not finishing this video until we drive this car. That's just all there is to it. So I'm gonna order the parts and I'll see you in a couple days. Today's the next day again. And well, here's what I got going on. I think I told y'all yesterday I was gonna have to stay an extra day. Well, maybe not. I got on O'Reilly's website last night and looking for hoses. They don't have to be an exact replacement. As long as that end will work and this end down here will work and they're long enough, that's all that matters. Well, I found two, where are they at? Two of one, two of the other that have the right ends and are the right length. Hopefully they're going to work. We'll find out here in a minute, but here's something. I just did this out of curiosity's sake. Got on O'Reilly and went to my store back home. Guess what? They could get 4 of the hoses that belong on this car within 1 hour. Yep. And I could only get one 3:30 this afternoon up here. I sure do miss my O'Reillys. Yep. Anyways, let's get these hoses put on and hopefully take this car for a drive. We got 3 of the hoses on. This is the last one. The back ones are going to do perfectamundoli. These front ones, well, we might have a slight issue. Let me get it put on and I'll show you here in a minute. All right, here's the issue. See how the end of this hose, let me get some good light maybe. You can see it. The end of this hose, the metal part, see how long it is? Well then, you see this one here, pretty long, it's way out here. Well, my issue with that is if you turn real sharp, let's get on the back side. Let me get a light over here too. I'm afraid that metal part might hit this bump stop thing and, you know, break that line off. Like I said, you'll be going slow. So I don't think it's an issue, and I'm gonna get the correct hoses. I'm planning on coming back out here sometime in the fall. What I do, you know, I'll change out the actual hoses. The back ones are fine, but yeah, these here, it might present a safety issue and I don't want that, so I will be replacing those hoses with the ones that's supposed to be on it. Anyways, let me pump up my little power blader. Let's see if we can get some fluid to each corner of this vehicle. That's what I've been trying to do for 2 days. I just bled the right rear over here, got lots and lots of air and fluid, so that is an awesome sign. Let me get up here and turn on this in here a little bit. See if we're gonna get anything. Well, we're not getting anything yet. You know what? That is an old line. The line could be stopped up. I did not think about that. I used to really like this car a lot. Right now, I hate it. I'm about tired of it. Yep. Cracked this line right here, and we're getting the fluids. I don't know if you can see it on there or not. But we're getting fluids to there, so there's either something wrong with the wheel cylinder or the bleeder. I thought I took that bleeder out yesterday and made sure it wasn't stopped up. Let me check that again. And if it is the wheel cylinder, well, I'm not sure what we're going to do. Well, the bleeder is not stopped up, so we're going to do the old stomp on the pedal trick, and maybe it'll unstop it. I don't know, fellas. It's the last resort. All right, let's go back here and see what we got. I went ahead and bled the front brakes, you know, just to see what we was working with. Both of them bled out. Well, you ain't gonna believe me unless I show you, but look at the liquids coming off this here. Oh yeah. Took this little screwdriver here and shoved it down in a hole. It was just crudded up. Fluid started flying out. Oh yeah. We got 4-wheel brakes, I hope. Let me let it down. I'll fire it up and mash that pedal and see what it feels like. Seymour Johnson Air Force Base is right here in Goldsboro. And they do a whole lot of flying with them jets. I was at the Kia dealership yesterday, or day before yesterday, doing a little videoing over there, and you can see them way off flying some kind of formation. It was 3 side by side. Pretty wild to watch. Yep. Anyways, I forgot. I bought a new battery, trying to get it hooked up. I bought this little disconnect switch. He's wanting me to put them on all of them too. Let me get her hooked up. We'll fire the whole thing up. Fingers crossed, really, really good. That we're gonna have a good pedal. Cold start. What's she gonna do? She gonna fire right up. Oh yeah. Moment of truth. Do we or don't we have brakes? Well, it don't go all the way to the floor. It returns kind of slowly, but at least it is returning. You know, before it wouldn't. So maybe we got brakes. Let me get the tires on it, and that way I can get it down on the ground, and we'll test them out. Well, I got all the wheels back on, but before I did that, I didn't like the way that pedal felt. So I bled them once again, and I got a ton of air out of the front. I started up, felt of the pedal again, and it felt mucho metero. So I think we're gonna have decent brakes. I got a feeling we got a leaking wheel cylinder, but it could just be from when we bled it on the back. We're gonna find out here in a minute. I'm just topping off the power steering fluid because power steering didn't work. Hopefully this will bring it back to life, and we can take the old girl down the road. Here comes a moment of truth. Do we have brakes or don't we? Pedal feels pretty good. Put them in reverse. Oh yeah, look here, fellas. We got brakes, I think. Actually, they may be hanging up a little bit. Let's go forward. Oh yeah, we got brakes. Awesome. Let me pull this thing out here and give it a bath. Land barge. That's what you call this. It's a big vehicle, wide vehicle. It sure is. It cleaned up decently. I didn't hand wash it because what it looks like has been painted flat black. That's how bad the paint is. She still looks pretty sharp though. It's got a lot of chrome on it too. And I want y'all to guess what it costs to get all of this chrome redone. No sir, you are way off. You're not even in the same country, much less the same ballpark. $25,000 to get all of this chrome redone. That is insane. Yep. You're gonna have all these old cars, you better have deep pockets. That's all I can tell you. Y'all watch this piece of trim right here. Oh yeah, see it flip out, go back down. I guess it's a rain shield. Pretty amazing. Vehicle made in '58, and that still works. Anyways, let's head down the road. We ain't gonna go far because these brakes they're kind of iffy. Let's just see how it does though. Listen. It ain't much, but the horn does work. Anyways, let's head down the road just a little bit, and then we'll come back. Cause I'm a little scared of these brakes, to be honest with you. Transmission shifted into second. Let's pull in here and get some gas. Well, I didn't put a couple of gallons in that tank. I really don't want to be walking. No, sir. Sure don't. Oh crap, fellas. I have no brakes. I just knocked that pedal off. Let me coast until it stops. We gotta fix that, and then I think we're gonna go right back to the car lot. I'm not risking wrecking this thing. No, sir. Sure ain't. Alright, it's back on. That's really scary. We will take the back road. It's just, I don't know, maybe a half a mile. That's all we're gonna do. Yeah. I'm not risking that. Not in a car I don't own. Nope. I kind of figured that was gonna happen. Yeah. My big old club feet. I'm assuming this is a 3-speed transmission, but I don't know. Notice how I'm lagging behind these people just in case these brakes give out. Yeah. Yeah, there ain't much here, fellas. I'm gonna make a right here. And we're gonna go back to the car lot. I ain't risking it. Nope. Yeah, she's pulling to the right when I hit the brakes too. What in the world? Speedometer don't work, but we're doing maybe 20. That's fast enough. Transmission won't shift out a second. Oh, girl needs some work, I reckon. I was wondering if I could come out here for a week or two and not do any kind of backyard butchery. Well, that old car proved me wrong. Yep. It's so old, fellas, it's hard to get parts in a timely manner out here, and I just used what I could get my hands on because I had a goal. I wanted that car to be on that road out there. I don't care if it went 100 feet. I wanted to say I drove it down that road. Yep. And I guess we could say mission accomplished, but barely. Yeah. What we did on this, that's his to the pinnacle of backyard butchery. That car is very dangerous right now with the way the brake system is, especially that brake pedal popping off the rod. No, that ain't no count. I'm coming back in a few months. We're gonna work on some more of his stuff, and you'll probably see this again, and we'll do a full brake job on it. If I can talk him into it, we might do the disc brake conversion on the front too. Yep. So be looking for that, I don't know, 4 or 5 months from now. Anyways, appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you don't mind, hit the like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. And until next time, go do something. Blur, blur.